Hi, this is Moise. In this video, I'm going to show you and give you some brief insight about S3. AWS Amazon Web Services offer a storage system called S3, Simple Storage. This storage system is purely programmable and RESTful API support, and you can write your own program with the help of RESTful authentication to send the request to the storage in order to send or receive files directly to the storage and receive directly from the storage. All these actions or operations you can make it through your program. This S3, the purpose of the S3 storage is to provide you scalable and distributed storage and scalable storage, and also cost-effective storage for the large applications and the files. So everything you store to the S3 bucket is just object, because it's a object-driven storage system, and it maintains a multiple copy of your data or objects stored in. And also in AWS cloud, S3 bucket has different features apart from just simple storing. It also supports the S3 versioning. It supports the versioning, and it supports security policies, and it supports many other functional stuff. And S3 bucket, if you in many cases, apart from writing a program to interact with S3 storage, sometimes you may need to mount the S3 storage to a Linux machine. Today's video is purely based on S3 storage and mount the S3 storage to Linux machine. So mount directly S3 storage is not possible. You need to create a bucket, and then you can mount that bucket to your Linux server. What is bucket? Is a container, file container, where file or folder container. So object container, you can say, in other words, you can say object container, as everything stored with the S3 system, S3 storage system is treated as objects. So is object container. So you need to create a object container and give the appropriate permission to the container. Then you can use one of your Linux machine, maybe Centos or Red Hat or Fedora or Ubuntu, whatever the flavor you have. You can use that to mount it, this S3 bucket to the system. The thing is, mounting before mounting it, you need to create RESTful key set. So to send the RESTful, even though we will be using some sort of packages that I'll be covering in the next slide. Solution is a company based in the UK and has a consulting services and support services with Techmark. We have training centers here. With the training center, we offer many online courses, online, offline, and corporate training on all the major technologies like cloud and storage and Linux administration, DevOps, and continuous integration system, and as well as testing and Java development. All this you can find the more details on techmarktraining.com. You can just drop a mail if you have any queries, or if you need any further information about Techmark solutions and consulting. For consulting, you reach us at info. For training, you can reach us at techmarktraining.com. We have other informative blogs and articles. Here you can find out all the latest article, or any all the queries you can post here, or you can get all queries answered. Facebook, here is our Facebook profile, where you can post and visit us and subscribe us to get latest update on the new articles or videos. In this video, I'm going to show you a demo with this specification. This is the system I'm going to use as to show you the demo. So the current system I'm going to show you on is demo. This is the system Just I'll show you what is the specification I'm using. Cat etc red hat release, it can show you the which version of operating system I'm using. If you name or sorry you name or sorry, name a 64-bit architecture, so I'm using 6.7. You can use 7 or similar flavor in Ubuntu, Red Hat, or and in Ubuntu. You can follow up with the next video where I'll be showing you how to mount the same S3 storage to your Linux Ubuntu machine. That I'll be covering in the next follow-up video. So these are the dependency package. You need to install them before starting anything in a Linux machine. The source package, the fuse is the package which can help you to mount S3 bucket using a RESTful authentication system. Then the backend, the fuse will take care of sending your request to S3 bucket using a RESTful key, and also you need to add those keys to the fuse configuration system that will be covered in the steps below. S3 storage, I'll be creating a tms-demo S3 storage with our AWS account, and then I'll mount that storage in my local Linux machine, this machine, by creating a S3-demo folder in it. I'll be mounting this with the tms.demo S3 bucket. So whole installation and configuration is divided into 5 steps. The 5 steps is simple steps, and just quickly you can get through. The first step is create API key set, access and secret key. That key set is consists of access key and the secret key. This is the very important concept. To send a RESTful API request, you need to have access key in AWS. So the key will have appropriate permission to gain access in AWS cloud. All the services you can allocate, assign one service to, or you can give privileges to access one service or many services at a time. All this you can manage with the appropriate privileges to that set of key or that set of user. The key is mapped again to the user, that I'll be showing you in the slide, and download that key. So you need to save that key, because if you don't save the key, then you will be lost. You need to just recreate the key. So better you save for a safer side, so that you can reuse that key several places or several time and whenever it require. Then create S3 bucket, so that creating this bucket here with AWS account, and install and configure dependency package to your Linux machine, and then start the mounting the S3 bucket to Linux machine. Finally, verify everything is perfect, like by writing the files into and deleting files from it. All this you can verify to just cross check the mount is working correctly. Just log in. First step, let me just brief you over the first step. Create a API key set. You need to add a user policy, like after creating a user account, you need to assign a appropriate user privileges. That privileges you can basically get it assigned to a user using user policy. This is the where you will give the access to the resources in your AWS cloud. API key, access key and secret key. API key, to send an API request, you need to have this set of key. That set of key is consist of access key and the secret key. The combination of these two is a authentication system for sending a RESTful request to AWS. And to send the request and to get authenticated and to get to gain the access to particular service in AWS, you have to define the policies. So these I'll be covering. I'll be showing you now. Log into AWS cloud using AWS console. Create an user account with the API key set. Download the key. Downloading key is very much important, because if you don't download, then you will be losing that secret access key and secret key. So this will be shown in one time when you create it. If you forgot, or if you missed copying it or downloading it, then forget about it. You need to create the new set of key set. So I'll be showing that right away. And define user policy allowing S3 access to an account. Let's cover this now. The first step, I'm already logged in to account. I'll go to the IAM, identity service management is the way where you'll create a user account and areas key set pair of key. So I'll get into the user account section, and this key I'm just creating to show you a demo. That's it. I'm using a user here. I'll be using a demo. Create an access key for each user. So this is where you have to select whether this user need an RESTful key set, or will he, the developer, or will you be using this account to send the RESTful request to different services with AWS. So I said I would like to check this up to create. So I'll say create. So let me just minimize this for you. Yeah, now you can, it's visible here perfectly. So I'll be show credentials, or I can download them. So I can use the downloaded information several times whenever it's needed. So it's downloaded. If I open this, I'll be knowing what are the parameters or attributes I can find. This is how the attribute look like. As I said, the user is this, and this is where comma, this is the key, access key and the secret key. This is how it has divided into access key and the secret key. The two portion of key attribute. You need to combine them when you use in your RESTful API. That I'll show you. Next thing is to give the user privilege. Close this, and I'll select this, and I'll get into, and I'll give the access permissions, attach policies. For the demo purpose, I'm just giving it the S3 full access, just to show you. You can just limit the access to the S3 bucket. I'm giving full access here. Okay, it's got access. Access is given here. Nothing. Then you go to the S3 bucket and create the S3 bucket. In our case, in our demo, we'll be using S3 bucket core. What is TMS-demo? TMS-demo. It's already there. Let me delete this. Create TMS-demo. The region, I can select the region because I'm based in UK, so I'll be using Ireland. I've created demo, so that's it. Because the user is already have full access to the demo. If you want to give the permissions here, you get into the property section where you can manage all the permission from this property section. So next step, so this is first step is over. Next, get into the S3 bucket. So AWS console, create S3 bucket. This step is also covered. So this is how the set of key is created. Now to just get into the server here, just I'll be creating a password file here, etc password.s3fs, just for the sake of providing all the key credentials, RESTful credential, that's get access key details. Here is the key. Let's add this by adding here the colon between these two attributes. Just paste this to the file here. So this is how it should look like. Okay, the first set of information, first portion in this keys, the overall entire key is the key and the secret key. This is how it looks like. They see access key and the secret key. The first portion here is access key, and after the colon this secret key. That's how we have copied it to the file, the user we have created with in the previous step. This is how you can separate them by adding this. After saving this file, what you can do is just set the permission here to make this file secure. Say image mode 640 etc and the password -s3 file. This is now secure with the given permissions. And install the dependency packages here. So just copy this. I'm just already done this for you to avoid so these packages is just quickly download them. So it depend upon how much speed you have. So make sure you should have internet to do this configuration, and also to mount the S3 bucket you should have internet to your Linux machine. If there is no internet, means then request will not be sent it out. So just I'll be pausing this till this will see here. Almost everything is already installed. Now it's the time to download the Fuse source package. I'll be downloading directly. Just get into OPT folder here, wget wget, download this, is already there. Extract it Fuse, it's fine, it's extracted. Get into the Fuse folder again, secure in here. Then you can refer the install file. It will show you what are the steps you really need to follow here. So what I'm going to do is just configuring and making prefix to install everything with user local. If you don't prefix, it will just install in local bin, something like that. So I'm preparing, but make sure you have dependency package installed before running this. Yes, it's next run the make. I'm compiled, configuration is compile. Now I'm compiling it. With the configuration I've set the required libraries and everything. Now I'm compiling, then I'll do the make installation. I'll be pausing for so it's done. Make install. Right, ld config, just configuration setup. Next, but you export this package configuration file. So this is the package lib configuration file location. If you you export this package config file. Here it shows when you do the make installation, you'll find this location here. So you can set this environment, and now you can check whether what is the version of Fuse package you have installed in it just now. Yes, this is 2.8.4. we are good to go now. The package is successfully installed. We had set this export command to just check the path and the Fuse version. So the version seems to be perfect. Next on S3 bucket, download and extract the S3 bucket tar file. So what I can do is I can just download S3 Fuse. This is a file where just again I'll go back to the OPT folder. I'll rerun this, so I'll be getting this package here, tar zxvf s3. So S3 bucket is extracted now. So again you can refer the installation procedure here. If you have any confusion how to install this, just configure make install. That's it. Better you again use the same set of location here. Configure prefix Just copy this configure and prefix just to install everything into the right place. So alright, then make install, make finally make install. Just I'll pause this video. Make install next, done. Let's check whether the S3 package installed. Yes, it's installed. Now I can check the version as well. Is a version 2. This is free software, so it's free and it's got installed in it. So next, get it back to the last step. Just create a Mac directory just to show you the demo. Like I'm creating a MacKDR demo. What is the demo? It's S3 demos, S3 demo. So this has nothing in it now, and there if you go and check, is it mounted? Nowhere it's mounted. Now it's time to mount with the S3 bucket. So what I'll do, mount this one. Sorry, DMS DFs. Yeah, it's remounted. I use this, sorry, TMS mount. Why? Because I have created a TMS demo. Sorry, this is the wrong one. I need to mount unmount S3 demo. You mount S3 demo. Now I see I have mounted the wrong one. So that the folder in AWS S3 bucket is TMS demo. Yeah, if I go back and see, it's mounted successfully. Switch to S3 demo. There is nothing in it. I'll touch some file 1 2 3 4 in it. It will be created in S3 bucket directly. It will be a bit slow because it depends on your the internet speed you have with the Linux machine. Also, as I said, it's quite slow in comparison to the RESTful request. So just I'll refresh here. I'll be seeing all new files created underneath. Yeah, these all files have been created now. So if you see the DFS, you'll get to know. And you can also mount this permanently with this setting in AFS tab, and also you can use rc.local to mount this every time when you boot up your system. Thank you.